It is the final round of the Portland Open presented by Dynamic Discs. This is the second round we play at Glendoveer. We've started our first two at Blue Lake. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're your two hot geese.
Honk. It was supposed to be rainy today.
It's gorgeous today.
But it was a lovely day, especially compared to the last two where we got drizzled on pretty much all day. So maybe we'll see some hot scores, a little hotter than yesterday, but it's hard to keep up with Valerie Mandujano right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a feat to catch her.
Yeah, she's been a wire to wire right now ahead of the rest of the field, looking like there's no way that she can mess up. Rebecca, Catrina, and Ohn will be finishing out our lead card.
Yeah, and it's tight there for second place, or, maybe someone will do an amazing run. Hole 1 played as the most difficult hole yesterday, and probably today. You throw over an out-of-bounds green and bunker, either an Anheuser or a forehand, and then you need to throw down this narrow tunnel. There's a little bit of OB on the left in the grass, cart path OB that meets up behind it, elevated pin on a hill. So, whoa.
FPO division, let's make some noise. First to tee, leading the tournament, reigning Waco champion, sponsored by Dynamic Discs, out of Universal City, Texas. Let's make some noise for Valerie Mandujano.
There was a little bit more wind today than we've experienced, probably only about 10 miles per hour, occasionally up to 15, but enough to think about it. It was a tailwind here, which tries to staple the discs out and make them go OB straight. So she needs to get this curving right on a hard angle.
She is a good master of her disc angles, though, so she has... I was going to say has no issues, but she got that one close.
Yeah.
Next to tee, your reigning 303 Open champion, sponsored by Latitude 64, from Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's give it up for Rebecca Cox.
I hope to watch Rebecca drain some Circle 2 putts today. She was so close all day yesterday to being 5 strokes or 6 strokes better.
Yeah, she probably had the most pars out of anyone yesterday.
And so many looks from Circle 2. So this plays as the most difficult hole on the course. Just right out the gate, you're already dealing with a lot of mental stress.
Yeah. Rebecca kind of has it a little early, but gets through those branches and is in a really great spot.
Next to tee, representing Helix Disc Golf, throwing Innova champion discs, out of Los Angeles, California, your reigning Masters champion. Give it up for Ohn Scoggins.
I feel like this guy has to be a professional announcer.
Have you saw his suits every day?
Every day. Great suits, but also that voice.
Oh, yeah.
The hype he brings. Are we at a disc golf tournament or a wrestling match? I'm not sure.
That's a pretty common error. Just get across the green, kind of flirt with that tree.
On our lead group, sponsored by Squatch Bags. Let's make some noise from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Your 2-time and reigning world champion, Catrina Allen.
Dramatic pauses. I was like, what else? Catrina had a little bit of trouble on the front 9 yesterday, but had a really clean back 9. I'm sure she's looking to push hard today. This is her Pro Line Torrent. Looking great.
Yeah,
Wow.
what a great correction from yesterday. She went early into that first tree.
No.
Honestly, that's okay. I think she can even reach the green from where she is. She's so far down there.
Yeah, she can probably still save a par, which is crazy.
That is crazy. Oh, I really love that aggressive play off the tee.
Yeah, and once again, I just wish that little patch of OB on the grass was not there.
Yeah, it's definitely that the landing zone is not as open as we would like.
Ohn going forehand, which is really smart on this second shot. It often filters into these trees, which is just fine, but the out of bounds is much farther on the right side than the left. A great shot from Ohn.
While this hole averaged at a full stroke over par yesterday, it's only about 0.8 above par today. That's with the top 50% of the field. So it's still showing its teeth, even with the best competitors in the world at this point.
Yeah, there's only 22 out there, so the stats will look a little bit different. Rebecca hits a tree early, but she is safe. Catrina with a touch sidearm.
Yes.
Awesome shot.
So good.
Wow, OB par on 1. That's kind of wild.
That's impressive. I think we had 2 birdie threes yesterday. Or no, just one from Ella.
Mm-hmm.
Ella Hansen. So Catrina essentially doing that impressive feat.
Rebecca.
Wow, so much action.
Yeah. You really have to land short of the pin and flat. Like Ohn just did. It's a great approach. Valerie looks so easy. It's not, but it looks so easy. She's had 2 great shots.
It's all about coming in soft here. It's about where she landed yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca for bogey with that out of bounds stroke. Very uphill putt.
Thank goodness that sat down. But starting out with the double is so rough.
Valerie for par. Nice.
Wow. It's like a carbon copy of yesterday.
I feel like that's like her whole style, right?
Yep, that's her thing. Consistency.
Mm-hmm. Nice par from Ohn. So 3 pars on our lead card.
What a great save from Catrina.
Yeah, unreal. Rebecca with the double. Did anyone birdie that one today?
Nope, no birdies on the day on hole 1. Hole 2 is a 315-foot downhill par 3. That seems reachable, but the shot shape is a very sharp to the right with that out-of-bounds bunker right next to it. There is out-of-bounds on the cart path if you push too far straight as well, if you don't get your disc to turn, or if your forehand is a little bit too straight.
I haven't really seen the backhand be successful, at least for a look for birdie. Very technical, hard not to overturn or underturn it. You really need to throw this perfectly.
And
that's the best I've seen, honestly, with the backhand.
Yeah, it has to land not on angle either, because it can very easily cut roll out of bounds. Catrina looks like she's throwing a slower speed disc.
I think that is her SP Rift.
She pushed a little too far straight yesterday and went out of bounds across the cart path.
That's looking much better. Just needs to sit.
Oh, my goodness. So close.
She'll have a chance to save her par from 50 feet, maybe 45.
One of the more deathy putts on the course with that out of bounds bunker. What?
Oh,
8
so
feet,
close.
8
Yeah,
feet behind
less
the
than
basket.
10.
Yeah.
So this is the wide sidearm, it looks like. There's also that inside line flex sidearm, which takes a little bit less power. On getting to the edge of circle, very clean sidearm.
Rebecca pulling out her sidearm as well. Love to see her putting that more often in her game. She's always been very impressive at controlling her angles backhand, but I like seeing her try something new. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out here. Going out of bounds a little bit too straight.
I mean, half the battle is throwing the shots you aren't comfortable with in a tournament, so you can get comfortable with them. Cost strokes, but eventually it really adds to your game.
Totally. And right now, to be competitive in FPO, you just have to have both.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Nice up and down from Rebecca. Smart play, not messing with it from circle 2.
Valerie went for this putt yesterday from about where Catrina was and then went in the bunker. She's still staying aggressive, though.
Oh my.
Wow.
I,
Just like slingshot it around the left side.
yeah, how did that not stay in? I feel like it was under the lip.
At least it stayed in bounds. Come on, Ohn. Nice.
What a great two. There was only 4 birdies on the day today out of the 22 competitors. Paige Pierce, Maria Oliva, and Alex Benson all getting the 2 as well.
Very quickly, Ohn now has a couple of strokes in solo second, which is pretty cool. Own's kind of my hero, if you didn't know. Hole 3 is a short par 3, but very uphill, 285 feet. I think the backhand flex play around that last right tree is maybe the most common. There are some other routes. There's OB on the left side that you can find if you hyzer out and skip. I have not seen the sidearm, so this is cool. I believe that's a destroyer.
Yeah, it looks like she was trying to flex around that left tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to get the distance, but that gap is so tiny over there.
I mean, they're all kind of
Tiny.
small.
Yep.
That's too early from Valerie.
She'll lay down right in the middle, though, and have a fairly straightforward approach. Catrina going for the hyzer flip, wanting it to just push straight through that central gap, and that works out great.
Awesome. SP pipeline. Parked to about 20 feet. This is a proto sergeant. Also a really good shot. Rebecca's a few feet outside the circle. Doing what Catrina did is really difficult. You see Rebecca's result a lot more often, like getting through and then fading outside the circle. Clean upshot from Valerie.
Back-to-back forehands from Ohn.
Running it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh.
Come on. There's that same circle two smile, like, wow.
If you watched yesterday, you know that that is just unbelievable.
Oh. Good par save from Ohn there. It tried so hard to crawl in. Catrina for birdie. Nice.
Catrina was the only birdie on
That
this
is
hole.
surprising.
That's so surprising. This plate is the 4th most difficult hole on the day. That was not the same as yesterday.
It's just technical.
It is technical. One thing about this course is all of the shorter looking on the distance card, all the shorter looking par 3s are not what they seem. They're not just easy.
Checking in the leaderboard. Paige Pierce, 2 under, is the best score through 5 so far. Playing a little bit tougher. Again, you don't really see it, but there is a little bit of wind that is contributing to slightly higher scores. Valerie's still killing it.
This 320-foot par 3 seems within reach, but it is slightly uphill, and it forces a flex play or maybe a hyzer flip that gets a late fade. There is an out-of-bounds bunker on the right-hand side down by the basket that could come into play if you flip something too hard. Catrina parked this hole yesterday. Let's see what she's got today.
Looks pretty good. That
Yeah.
kind of fat bottom trees in her way, maybe. It's a shout out to Lindsay Fish. That's what she calls that tree.
Okay, Freddie Mercury.
Uh-huh. Don't make me sing it.
Do it.
No.
You won't. Yeah, that is the pretty prominent landing zone. It's right at about the 300-foot mark, but uphill it's around 320 or 340. It steals putts, that is for sure.
Yep, same tree. Gonna be a little bit in the way for Valerie and maybe Ohn. Proto Sergeant out wider from Rebecca. Just needs a nice big skip here. Yeah. Love to see it. Ohn from 80-ish, maybe 90. And that's fine. Valerie can just see the corner of it, it looks like.
Oh
What?
my gosh, what a bid. Even in that wind.
Uh-huh.
There was almost no spin on that disc to get it to hyzer at the end. It's still just perfect line.
Oh, great putt. 2 birdies in a row for Catrina, getting her to 1 under par.
40% of the field getting birdies on this one. That's higher than we saw yesterday. But about what we got from this lead card.
Just a reminder, our coverage is sponsored by Fortnite. Fortnite's newest season starts this week. Check it out at the link pinned in the comments.
No build.
It was important for me to partner with a retailer that could help with growing my brand and making my products available all over the country and across the world. Flight Factory has helped me accomplish that. Check out all of my gear and thousands of other discs at Flight Factory.
Hole 5 is a downhill par 5, 910 feet. So fun to just launch one off this massive hill, land kind of anywhere. I think right side's a little better. Out of bounds greens and bunkers short of the pin. Right side, again, through the trees is a little bit safer. And then your final shot over the water, you really need to land softly on the hillside and try to get your birdie.
This hole averaged at about a half a stroke under par. The FPO field having a relatively easy time getting to the green for birdie.
Catrina kind of launched one yesterday and then found a little bit of trouble, so it looked like she just took some off and played a controlled shot. Ohn playing down the right side a little bit more and then getting, wow, quite a bit of finish. He's pretty center cut.
This tee shot is so much fun to throw. It's exhilarating.
Yeah, you're like, I'm the best player in the world.
Watch my disc fly for 10 minutes.
Uh-huh. I like this low line right side play from Valerie. It's a great shot.
And that'll work fine as well.
So you see Ohn lining up to that right side. You just need to navigate a couple of trees. There is that OB cart path.
Being closer to the right-hand side of this gap definitely makes the approach easier because of those low-hanging branches that we see Ohn is going to have to deal with.
And it's the skinniest part of that really thin pond. Catrina just really going controlled, both her first and second shots. Lands in a great spot. I'm glad we can hear the wind. Sometimes you talk about conditions and then it's not really evident on the camera.
You can't tell at all.
Oh, this is low, but gets over everything from Rebecca.
Woo.
And I mean, she's way up there.
It's fine to be left like that as well. I think it really shortens the distance of the hole, but it is a little scary to try to land over there.
Yeah. Hold your breath for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Valerie going a little bit.
They like that one real quick.
I was gonna say going a little bit bigger, but it kind of gets pushed down. I think that was a slower speed
Man,
disc too.
it looks like
it was a warden. What the? What? Little moment of nature.
What just happened?
I think
Does Ohn
they're
have
friends
snacks?
now.
Yeah. I think they knew each other before.
Ohn going out and around. You can see that water. Did she skip off? What
I think
just
she
happened?
skipped off a flower.
Okay.
I mean, she just talked to a squirrel, skipped off a flower. Like, what's going on here?
Are some birds gonna like tie an apron around her? Valerie with an upshot to 20 feet. I don't know what's happening, but I love it. Catrina with a little forehand upshot to 25. That's definitely a tester with that hill.
Rebecca having to throw around this last tree. Look at that angle control.
Yeah,
What
great
a
shot.
great shot, yeah. And it's nice she has a putt not towards the water.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Catrina looking so solid on the green today.
Yeah, hitting all her putts.
And they're just all hearted too, right in the center.
Ohn in for birdie as well. Valerie gives it exactly what it needs to go in and nothing more. And Rebecca in for the birdie star frame. That's awesome.
Yeah, our lead card making easy work of this par 5.
It's just 910 feet.
Yeah, no problem. A downhill hole, finally, but there is a low ceiling that really makes it hard to take advantage of that. It does go slightly back uphill when you get towards the green. Prevents you from getting a lot of ground play and trying to skip something either on the hyzer side or on the forehand side. There is a center cut gap that I think Catrina's lining up.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, and that's
Yeah.
perfect. It just needs to curve around the tree.
That'll be fine. She might be blocked on her putt, but she is well down there.
That was a pro line torrent, and that really is the line you want. It's the most open gap. You see some people go wide hyzer on either side. It's just hard to get it all the way there with that line.
Ohn doing just that. She throws very fast over stable disc, so she
Yeah, it's a
might be able.
destroyer.
Yeah, she might be able to get a little ground play, and she does. Not as much as you would on a normal flat golf surface.
But she's on circle's edge, so it's a great shot. Valerie taking that wider backhand hyzer play.
again, giving it exactly
wow.
what you need to get there and
Oh
nothing
my
more.
gosh. I haven't seen anyone do that that well.
Me neither.
No wonder she's winning. See if Rebecca can replicate that.
Pushing a little straighter here, getting some good distance, and she'll be in circle 2.
That's good. That's the more typical landing spot for that line. All right, Rebecca.
It's time. It will come.
Hopefully. Ohn from the edge of circle for another birdie. Great putt.
Yeah, she just makes it look so easy. She wobbles it in there.
She just trusts herself.
She's one of 3 people to birdie this hole. We have 2 more opportunities on the lead card. Oh, yeah.
That's 4 in a row, I believe, from Catrina.
Wow.
Rebecca with a good comeback putt for her par.
And Valerie with essentially a tap in. All 3 birdies on the lead card. We got to watch them.
Hole 7 is an uphill par 4 with a low ceiling off the tee shot. If you can get close to this mandatory tree on the right that we just passed, it leaves a pretty easy second shot, but it's hard to get all the distance you need. And then the basket is tucked behind these two massive trees. And if you don't throw short left or like all the way around it, it doesn't often leave you a putt for birdie. It is gettable, but you really need to get the distance on this drive.
Catrina really pushing the ceiling like you need on this shot, but unfortunately it catches a branch. She'll be in the middle and still be able to get up and down. It'll just be a much more challenging and angled shot.
Oh, this looks great from Ohn. We did have a ton of rain last night. I know, she's way up there. A ton of rain, and so the grass was just kind of holds the water in. Someone told me that this was built on like a whole bed of clay and that the water doesn't drain, so the footing on the fairway can be pretty tough, and I noticed it particularly on this second shot.
Yesterday we didn't see anyone cresting this hill. We've got 2 people over the hill here.
Ideal. It's another good one from Rebecca.
Yes, getting so far up there.
Catrina probably not going to be able to get all the way up, but maybe can get a circle 2 look.
She might be pinned behind that tree. It's kind of hard to tell.
Oh yeah, great shot from Valerie.
I think she might have sneaked by the backside of that tree. Perfect play here is to throw at those big trees on the right and let it hyzer. Ohn trying for that line, but has it a little bit more turned over than she wants instead of on that hyzer angle.
Yeah, she wanted to go to the inside of those trees and then fade out, but she'll be fine. Maybe a giant highlight putt, who knows?
That's a great shot from Rebecca. Absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah, it's her lucid evader inside the circle for a birdie. Catrina just inside circle 2, pinned up on this tree.
Chips up to just outside the bullseye. Did you know that was going to happen?
No, I didn't.
My God.
I just believe in her because she believes in herself. Yes, Ohn.
Yes, ham it up. We love it. That was huge.
I know. Oh, good. We do get to see it again.
GK replay.
This
big
is just
hug.
outside circle 2, so that's about 70 feet. Look at her, too. Look at her.
Oh my
She's
God.
like skipping it in.
Yes, that slow-mo little puffed up walk. Come on.
She's my favorite.
Do we get a GK replay of that hug? Amazing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thanks to GK Pro for the sweet replay. We want to capture all these moments.
I thought for a second it was going all the way to the hug. Rebecca for birdie. A few feet inside the circle.
Yay.
Nice.
It's a nice long circle 1 putt to build some confidence.
I believe that gets her even for the round. And just another birdie from Valerie.
So awesome that she's back that Rebecca's back to even, starting out with 3 over 2. That is tough to come back from, and she did it in the front 9.
She might be 1 over.
Oh, well,
If math makes that 1 over.
Y'all already know geese are not good at math. Please pardon us. This downhill shot off the tee for hole 8 is one of the most challenging on the course. You have to navigate these low-hanging tree branches, preferably anhysering out before them and hyzering out before you go over that out of bounds area on the right-hand side. Your second shot, you're ideally just chipping another downhill shot down to the green and tapping in your birdie. But sometimes these trees in the center that have these low-hanging branches that you have to worry about say otherwise.
We saw a few people go this left side route yesterday. I saw Sarah Hokum do this as well. The earliest sidearm gap leaves it nice and wide open on that second shot. It's just risky to go for that off the tee.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that over there. It looks kind of big on the camera angle, but
it is not.
Yeah, I feel like I would have noticed if it was.
Look at it. It's tiny.
It is and you have to only see it from the front of the tee pad. Yeah.
Valerie with the more traditional play.
She absolutely filleted this one yesterday, threw it every bit of 450, maybe 500 feet. Today, a little bit more mortal of a shot.
It's still good. I wish those branches were trimmed. That's my only critique of this hole. I really like it, but they're just so dense and it kind of feels extra punishing.
Yeah, you're just throwing at a wall the way the gap is situated. It's sideways. Like trying to hit a window in the side of a house.
From the front?
From the front. You understand.
See if Catrina can get around these branches. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now it needs to come back. There is out of bounds over there.
This is massive.
Wow.
Yep. Pro line torrent. That was beautiful from Catrina.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's kind of what we saw from Valerie yesterday as well.
Rebecca lining up a sidearm. This side's nice and open. No out of bounds you have to worry about over here.
She's just conceding the par. Ohn with probably, looks like around 280 or 300 feet left at the pin. Yeah, that last tree is definitely going to be in her way. She needs to decide. It looks like she's cutting in before the tree. And that looks to be about 20 feet. Beautiful.
Valerie with a dead straight look at the pin. Oh my, look at that late turn.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me?
Beautiful.
She just tried to throw that in.
I think so. Not satisfied.
Unbelievable.
With a par. That was a fuse.
Ooh. Nice little floaty approach / bid from Rebecca.
Catrina just pitching up the last 110 feet. What a drive.
What a drive. Valerie for her birdie after a pretty amazing second shot.
Nice.
Wow.
I think with that, she's birdied 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I did.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and still with the big smile. Taking the stress-free par.
36% of the field getting a birdie on this hole.
Catrina also just really stacking up the birdies. She is 4 down on the round.
Ohn and Rebecca taking pars.
Hole 9 is a par 4, 595 feet. You really want to land in the middle here and not behind these trees, especially on the left. And then the second shot is really difficult going uphill and curving it around these trees. There is an OB bunker and green short as well. It just plays really far with the uphill, and then this tee shot with the low ceiling. If you don't get it in the perfect spot, it's just going to be a par.
Yeah. Valerie looking like maybe she's trying to go that that left-hand route. There is stuff to work with over there, but it does bring the out-of-bounds bunker into play on your second shot.
Yeah, you have to throw right over it. Mm-hmm. It does clip a tree and lands kind of in a typical spot.
Catrina Catrina pushing that ceiling. She's so good at that. She's been doing it all day yesterday and today, and look how far she gets.
Whoa.
That's unbelievable.
That dirt patch that she's in front of is kind of like the dream landing spot, and she passed it. And a good shot from Ohn. These trees tend to be in the way. She might choose to go over the out of bounds on her second shot. We'll see.
This plate is the third most difficult hole of the day, averaging at almost a half a stroke over par.
Rebecca early releases, hits a tree, gets at least some forward progress.
Yeah, I think this tee shot is what makes this hole so difficult.
The approach can get you too, though. Like, again, you can kind of see the ground's pretty soggy, and to try to get a full power shot, again, uphill can be pretty difficult. Rebecca clips some trees, lands in the center. She'll have 200 feet left, maybe. So we can see the spotter is standing right by the out of bounds. Looks like Ohn is going to flex a sidearm. Or she's just throwing a safe hyzer, I guess, for par. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like 120 feet tops from that spot.
Valerie trying to give herself a long look at birdie, but she catches that last tree. She'll have to just pitch up for her par.
Katrina,
So far down there.
has to be the best drive of the weekend.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yes.
Sneaks through those rhododendrons.
I believe she was the only person to get in circle one for birdie
Awesome.
on the day.
Should we talk about those rhododendrons? Or they're looking a little sadder than yesterday. A lot of people have hit them, I think.
Yeah, they are right in the prime landing zone, aren't they?
Yep. And what Rebecca's mistake there, where it kind of fades early, I saw that happen a lot. Something about this uphill and like vortex right to left hillside just
Also,
gets you.
yeah, running uphill, your foot hits the ground a little early, and it kind of triggers your timing a little bit earlier than you want. Boom, early release.
Yeah, I saw so many putts and did a couple from like the bushes. Rebecca, unfortunately, gonna take the bogey there. Wow, nice birdie from Katrina. That gets her to 5 down through 9
Wow.
with a bogey.
That was one of only 2 people to birdie this hole. So impressive.
Valerie, 4 down, no bogeys. Rebecca, I believe that takes her to +2 because math. I believe that's also a 4 down for Ohn.
That
So-
will wrap up our front 9. I think the front 9's where a lot of the birdies are, but there's some to get on the back.
Yeah,
end.
there's plenty. There's just maybe also more danger.
Oh, yeah. Look at all that green. Wow.
Yeah, Ohn and Valerie completely clean through the front 9. Katrina just 1 bogey. Rebecca still hanging in there, but finding a few more bogeys.
Still time to clean it up on the back. But let's see what everyone else is doing, because we had a pretty tight race for second place, and a lot of the people that were in that race are on the chase card.
Yeah, Paige Pierce is 5 down through 10, right in the mix. See Missy Gannon 2 down. Jennifer Allen moving up the leaderboard. Yeah, it's definitely looking like Valerie has this on lockdown. It looks like no one can touch her. She's playing so clean, but a huge battle for second place.
Thank you to the FPO VIP members. You guys rule. Thank you. It's $10 a month if you're interested, and it helps support us. It helps support GK Pro. It helps us keep doing what we can do here and bringing you guys this FPO footage. But our flying V is enormous. At this point, we appreciate all you geese. Honk so much. We'll see you guys on the back nine for the final of the Portland Open. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the two Hot Geese.
Honk.